What is going on, everybody? We are live.
It's that time. First of all, it's fun because it's a quiet room right now. We've just escaped to a quiet room in the middle of a very busy competition. Backstage, Dream Extreme and Alpha and Omega today. And today we just get to chat with you guys, and that's going to be fun. So I know y'all want an update on how it's going over here. We'll give you an update.
I know how much fun you guys are having because we see it, and it's so fun. I have to say, we're probably, how many hours are we in? Maybe 5 or 6 hours-ish out of probably a 16-hour day today. So
it's a big one, but
there's a lot.
We're having a good time. Yeah. And, you know, I think some of the things that people don't always realize is you see a smooth production event and everything's ticking over, and we're running a new 2.5-minute routine every 4 minutes, and we're doing it across 3 arenas on time, the entire time, all day from 8 a.m. to 10:30 p.m.
That is crazy.
But that is pretty crazy, and it's pretty fun. But one thing that's been pretty interesting in the last couple of hours, Allie and I were just discussing how it's been hard underneath the surface for a couple of hours now, because in the last hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, we've had multiple internet failures, which makes scoring makes the scoring save some scores and not other scores. So we're having to fix it prior to all the stuff. We're having to catch up on the internet. We're having to catch up on so we had a judge get sick, so we had to replace the judge middle of the event. We've had printers go down twice.
All fun stuff.
All the crazy. But what's really amazing to me is that I just think people not knowing kind of how we're operating on the underneath side, because they're enjoying the top side of it.
That's what we call the swan effect.
Yes, that's right.
It's the smooth swan on top where we're all having fun, and underneath we're like, oh wait, the internet. Oh wait, the printer. Oh wait, somebody got sick. It's that stuff.
But it makes me happy that you don't know. I mean, we're sharing with you for the context of the conversation.
It's behind the scenes conversation.
Yeah. and it kind of it reminds me of how, like, a lot of times we're seeing on the conversations online that women carry an invisible load like this. Yes. So, you know, that, for example, a mom might carry everybody works, mom works, dad works, whatever. But somebody has to not only get the groceries, but actually recognize when the groceries need to be bought, what needs to be purchased, what goes in the recipe, and figure out how to make the list and when and why. Mm-hmm. It's not just the task of going to the store and getting the stuff. But then when the stuff gets there, then you have to figure out, okay, how am I going to organize the pantry or the refrigerator, and how am I going to make the recipe together and all the stuff. So there's this whole
a lot
invisible load so like
it's mental.
But it's mental and it takes brain cells. But in our competition today, we're walking around, we're seeing all these parents and everybody in different situations, and we're like, you guys carry mental loads that we know nothing about. So as much as you don't maybe know what we're dealing with, we don't know the details of what you deal with. So we just have the compassion for this. And talking to the parents today just makes it really special to us that we get to do that. So.
And the coaches, you guys are doing that too. I mean, we're seeing, last minute change. Oh wait, the bus broke down. Mm-hmm. We've seen all of that just today in this few hours. And so just a huge round of applause to you guys for doing everything that you do, not only what is seen, but more importantly, what's not seen. And so I think that it's not unseen by us. And we see everything that you're doing for your athletes. We see everything that you're doing for your team, and that's a gift. So I know we put that out there for you guys. Send us your questions.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes is always fun, but we really want to just have the conversation with you guys while we're here, I think, at Dream Extreme. So
yeah. And by the way, I know we're waiting on the questions to come in, but I think that it should not be missed that the coaches at this event in particular have really been a joy, because part of our scoring process, they have to come and ask queries and like look at the scores and evaluate things. And sometimes it can be stressful for the coach to approach. Sometimes it can be frustrating. Sometimes it's all of those emotions. And everybody has been kind of number one superstar coaches this week. And I want to know that we take that to heart. And for us, that makes a big difference in the experience of not just you, but also your program and your families, because the energy feeds from the top. So if you're a coach that has approached OPS this weekend or our on-point scoring, the score checks, if you've approached this weekend, you're on my favorites list for doing it nicely because, congrats, you really approach with a level of professionalism. So it's fantastic. Yeah. So,
Amy, we have a question coming in. So
someone has said, could you explain what the judges are focusing on when they're scoring?
Oh, I love this question.
That's a great question. So what are judges focusing on? So there are 5 judges that giveth points, and there are 2 judges that taketh away. That's the easiest way to describe it. So 2 judges are looking only at the stunts and the pyramids. 1 judge is looking at the difficulty of that, what you're doing, and the other judge is looking at the execution, which is how well you do it. So 2 judges for difficulty and execution for building, which is stunts and the pyramids. There's another 2 judges that do the same thing, difficulty and execution, for tumbling and jumps. So those judges are looking at tumbling and jumps. And each of those judges also give like an overall average score that gets averaged in. And the 5th judge is the overall score. And they're looking at things like showmanship and all of the formations and stuff like that. So 5 judges that giveth points, 2 tumbling judges, 2 building judges, and an overall. And then the judges that taketh away are a safety judge who are looking for the safety applications for the safety rules, and then a deductions judge. So if you have like falls or bobbles and falls, so those are deductible in various reasons. And if you're doing skills out of your level, for the safety judge to look at that. And then above that, that's all your panel judges. And then you also have a head of scoring who is overseeing both of the panels just to make sure everybody's consistent and nobody's getting tired, and it's all of that stuff. So everybody's working through a process to create a system, and then it kicks over to the OPS. So there's a whole bunch of people that are involved in coming up with how these scores work, and it's an amazing system. So that was a good question.
I love that question because so many people are always asking, why are there so many people what are they all doing on that platform? It's not one person watching an entire routine and just saying, oh, I pick you. There's a lot of strategy and a lot of science behind how to achieve the best scores. And to your point earlier, Andrew, it's something that the coaches study over time, because if they truly study the score sheet and they understand where points are to be given, that really is an important thing to understand. And so your best coaches are not only staying up at night to come up with the most amazing, fantastic choreography, they also are understanding where can I grab those points to give my athletes the greatest chance for success. And I think that's such an important component. And also, I want to say that
that's the invisible load that coaches carry. We just talked about that invisible load. Coaches have a lot to learn outside of just showing up to practice.
Yes, and I know we have other questions to answer, but I don't want to forget this point for the athletes in particular. And this is true in your entire life. When you're in the middle of a routine, your routine is only 2.5 minutes. And if you have a moment in that routine, even in the beginning of that routine, where you are less than perfect, you mess up, you forget choreography, you fall, whatever it is, don't forget the most successful athletes and the most successful teams understand that there are scores and points to be had through that entire routine.
That's right.
So if you do mess up in the beginning, the champions are the ones who stand up and they erase that from their brain and they focus on what's next and they keep going. They get up and they're like, yep, that's not even on my brain. They're not going to let that one little imperfection or even if it's a face plant, like they're not letting it ruin the rest of their routine, because they understand what's at stake, including not just for them, but for everyone around them. So I really want to bring up that point, because we always talk at Legacy about being perfectly imperfect. We're all human. We are all going to make mistakes, and the winners are the ones who understand it's not the mistake. It's how do I get up and repair that? How do I get up and keep going and gain more points or do the next thing or get wiser and better because of it? So,
yeah.
Amy, I know we had another question.
So what are the novice team standards for comps?
It's a great question. So our novice teams are really at the entry point to cheerleading.
Yay.
And we love that because it gives an opportunity for children who have maybe never had an exposure to it to try the sport, see what it feels like, learn the process of competition without the pressure of competition. So they will come and perform a full routine as you would normally expect. The rubrics or the scoring criteria are a little bit more gentle, but they are given a score, but they're not ranked in traditional cheerleading, like first, second, third place. They're given a rating, and the ratings are outstanding. Let me get it right.
Superior.
Outstanding, excellent, superior.
Yes.
And so it's all within the range. So if you are this score, I can't remember off the top of my head, but if you're this number, you're outstanding. If you're this number, you are excellent. If you're this number, you're superior. And what it does is allows them to understand, here's how we performed, here's some feedback we got. Did I have fun? And really exemplary, because the legacy way, like we have
the number one rule.
It is the number one rule at Legacy, and it is just have fun. And I love the novice divisions because it builds that into the process. So that's a good one. Yeah.
We've got one more.
Okay.
What are the Legacy warm-up rooms like?
Ooh, I think we're going to do another live from the warm-up room.
Yeah, that's a good
later today. So you'll actually be able to see it behind the scenes, because right now the only people allowed back there are athletes and coaches. But we will shoot live over there. I don't remember exactly what time. Sometime later today.
Later this afternoon. We'll post on the story. Yeah, let's talk about it. So the warm-up room at Legacy is specifically designed to be super chill, super relaxed, so that you are preparing yourself physically and mentally to be the best version of who you are as a team and as an individual. And so at Legacy, you'll always know where you're going and what to expect and how it's going to go. We have a massive warm-up room for this event. I think we're running, I've lost count of how many carpets are in there, but it's basically 6 full floors and then 8 half floors. And there's dance floors in there, and there's an additional floor. So 7 full floors, and 4 of them are sprung. So it's a big process. And the way warm-up room works is you check in, you have 8 minutes on, 4 minutes on one station, 8 minutes on another station, then you have 8 minutes on a full sprung floor playing your music to kind of get your mind right and get your body right. And everybody that comes through the Legacy warm-up room knows that it's relaxing, it's fun, it's chill, and it's a great space to prep for your event.
I think that's one of the things I love about our Legacy family and the experience that you guys get when you come here, because it's very easy to come into such a massive space. I think someone earlier came in and went, wow, this is like an airport, because there's so many things happening at one time. But I think the beauty of that is, whether you are a brand new team or a very seasoned team, what's really nice is that our Legacy family understands what it's like to be in those shoes. We never forget what it was like to be on day one. And so it was always very important for us not only to deliver the most amazing and incredible experience where you really feel like a rock star on the floor, but also to deliver an experience that you can bring in from day one and feel really comfortable about that. And that's why we are so big on, how organized are we? How much information do you have in advance? How many communications are we giving you as a coach, you as an athlete, and you as a parent? Everyone experiences the Legacy Cheer and Dance events differently based on whatever lens you're coming from. And so to be able to walk into warm up, that part of our Legacy family understands that in such a way that everyone is always commenting like, oh my gosh, I was so nervous because this is such a big thing. And it is a big thing, but it feels so chill, like you talked about, Andrew. It feels so, the vibe just feels like, wow, how do I go everywhere else and it feels so chaotic and so crazy? And why am I so nervous over there? But I come here and it's like, it's a good nervous. It's a good grounded, like, I'm going to use this.
But the warm-up feel comes across on all of the things that relate to the events we're doing at Legacy. Even our judges I was just talking to someone about 2 minutes ago, and they were saying, my favorite place to judge is at Legacy, because everyone is communicating, everyone's organized, everyone can just focus on the skills that they have and bring that passion to the event, which is super cool.
I think this is something really important for you guys to pay attention to, because in your life, you are going to have moments, and especially right now in the world, where the world just feels like chaotic and everybody around you is like, and there's just
I don't know, we feel great. Like we're chilling over here, guys.
We are chilling right here in the dressing room bar. But my point is that you will have moments in your life where things feel like they're just flying at you, and your ability to understand and be grounded on the things that matter to you, the things that are important to you, and to be able to turn out all of the emotion of everything else will serve you as a leader. It will serve you in all your relationships. It will serve you in your career. It will serve you in your family life. It will serve you forever if you can understand the value of your emotional regulation and getting really clear on the things that are, like I said earlier, important to you, because all of the other stuff can just be noise. So go to where your heart is, get really clear on that, and go to where your people are. And that's something that you will always be able to have. And I feel like that's kind of the vibe in our room.
Yeah. So we've got 2 more.
Okay, 2 more.
So what is your favorite piece of merch that you sell?
Ooh,
that's a fun one.
Today it's the hoodies.
Ours is not gonna.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
it's always the hoodies. Yeah, no, it's always the hoodies. Anything that's warm. It's not my favorite today.
Andrew is
always
weak in the cold because we're from Texas.
Yes, can't.
We're both weak in the cold, but you are particularly cold.
Yeah, I will tell you all about it. But but no, I like that, and like same reason I like the Legacy blankets. You know, they're really soft and cozy. The Legacy blankets are they wrap you in a hug.
They're massive and they're soft. Yeah. And
those
then
are my favorites.
I have to say the favorites right now. It changes all the time. I will say.
But what are your favorites?
I think the little teddy bear and the bunny is the cutest because the teddy bear and the bunny are so cute because the kids, they just like, that becomes their bestie.
They adopt them, they name them.
We see them in routines. We see them.
They're doing flips at awards, all the bunnies. And they're little plush bunnies.
I will say
I love that question.
So anyway, you can see all of those at merch when you get here.
Yeah,
or what have you.
Which is fun. It's always good. So.
That's our opinion. Now you have to tell us what your favorite merch is.
That's right. You guys comment in the comment section. What's your favorite merch? So.
Okay, so 2 more.
Okay, a couple more.
What piece of advice would you give to athletes about to go on the floor?
I love it. You good, Andrew?
Sure, I got this. I think we both would always have some advice to share for sure. So I think the biggest piece I could say is calm your heart and enjoy this moment because there's a limited number of times that you're going to get to take the floor. No matter how much you love it, and no matter how young you are when you start, there will come a day when your body is finished with this chapter and you will be moving on to other chapters. And you'll always bring cheerleading and dance in your heart, but there will be a time where competition no longer will happen. And I think every opportunity for you to take the nerves and the energy that you're having, that you feel that you're like, oh, I'm stressed, I'm nervous. But that stress and nerves feels the same from your brain as just excitement because you care and it's fun. So the moment that music starts, you might be really nervous, but the moment the music starts, it all releases and you pour that into your routine. Let that pour into your heart even before the routine and just know like, this is the time where I am doing exactly what I want to do, that I worked really hard for. I am prepared, I'm equipped, I'm ready for all of the things that are going to come within the next 2.5 minutes when I do this routine. And I really am going to handle it. No matter if it goes the way I want it or not, I am here on the mat, exactly where I'm supposed to be, doing what I'm supposed to do, and shining the way I want to shine.
Yes. And to that point, I will say, ditto to everything that Andrea said, but also to when you walk in the door, not even right before you go on, but just when you walk in the door, just know that you've already done everything. You've done the preparation. You've done everything that you needed to do walking into this moment. Get really clear on who you're doing this for, and that's you and your teammates and why. And then because you've done everything, the only thing left to do today is to just have fun.
Yeah.
And that's why the number one rule at Legacy is have fun. You're already equipped. You're already ready. Use the nerves that Andrea talked about for good, to fuel you, to center you instead of scatter you.
Yeah.
And then nothing else matters in that moment other than just having fun.
I like it. You got one more?
Someone has asked, are they allowed to bring their pocket camera to vlog for their channel?
I'm not the police of cameras. I am not the police. The venue is, not us.
Not the police of cameras. So I think using common sense, if you're going to bring a big giant kit, they're going to say no to you at the front door, because you do have to know that there are cheerleading competitions that are not ours, that are in sports halls and where it would be kind of a different feel coming in. But at concert venues, which is what we're using, they do take security very carefully, and that's up to them to manage it rather than a Legacy thing. So I think if you're using common sense and have a small device, then you'll probably be all right. Just have a conversation with the security up front. That's my estimate. Don't hold me to it. That's what we're at. So, but it better be a good vlog, and you should tag us in it. So,
That's right.
It'd be fun.
That's right.
Yeah, fair enough. So
I have to say, we have
props
another
to the comment section.
Yes,
good questions today.
guys.
Well played, everyone. Well played.
Well done.
And I have to go do awards in a minute because my alarm's about to go off.
We have divided and conquered. We have 12 award sessions today. We probably have similar tomorrow. So
and we set on our phones, we set alarms because we have to be we set alarms when we have to eat, so we don't forget to eat because that's important, and you don't want to miss a meal. And we set alarms when we have to do all of the awards, and we set alarms to come talk to you guys. Yeah. I know there is another alarm set for later today, and we'll put it on our story because I don't know what time it is, but it's later this afternoon sometime that we're going to show you warm up and answer some more questions for you in that space. But one thing I do want to say is I'm just grateful that you spend your time with us, not only just on the live and making good questions, but spend your time in your life with us. So thank you for the follows on socials. Thank you for the followers on YouTube, which, by the way, our YouTube channel is Lead, Love, Legacy, which is Lead Boldly, Love Deeply, and Live Your Legacy. So Lead, Love, Legacy if you're following on YouTube and subscribing. So thank you for that. And thank
That's
you
a new channel,
present.
by the way. So I am really grateful that because that's a new channel, I'm really grateful for you guys to join us there too.
Yeah, because we're in the early stages of launching a L3 podcast. So that's coming up. So all kinds of fun is coming. Today, we just wanted to take time to talk to you and celebrate the joys of Competition Day and share a little bit about what it's behind the scenes. We're sitting in a room that's the kind of the premier dressing room. So
did you know
all the
that
famous people have been in this room.
Super cool. We should probably make the list of all the people here. But you know who has been in here? You know whose dressing room this was? Prince.
Yeah, Prince's dressing room.
But a lot of really cool people.
So. Yeah, I mean, all the people, they've been in it. And so it's pretty neat to just walk in your presence. You know what, one time, do I have time? Hold on.
I don't know. What time is your alarm going to go off for awards?
Hold on. I'm going to tell you because if I have time, I'm going to tell you the story.
I don't know what story she's going to tell you.
No, it's a good story. It's a good story. So hold on. I'm just check my alarms. Nope, wrong app.
She literally was not kidding. We really have 5,000
Oh, they're all on
alarms.
here. Oh, no, I'm good. I got 10 minutes. Okay. So, but I'm not going to.
So now you get the story.
Yeah. So this is so cool for you guys. So when we go into an arena, we have just the normal arena contract, but in that contract, we have certain staging because in the contract where we get a stage for the judges platform.
I know this story.
Yeah, it's a good story, right? It's coming, get ready. So judges platforms get built and those kind of staging pieces and all the stuff. And then for this event, because we have 3 arenas, they don't even have enough staging. So we have to hire in staging. So there's that fun. But anyway, we were doing an event at this venue a few years ago, and we needed 1 stage on each end of the arena bowl. And I said, hey, we need to add, it's not in our contract, but we need to add to our contract this extra stage in the arena. And they said, well, send us your specs of what size. And so I sent them the size of the stage that we needed. And what that meant for the arena was we were going to finish our event late Sunday night. And the next morning, Diana Ross was coming in. And if you're, some of y'all are young, Diana Ross is a ridiculously good singer. Okay, y'all look her up. You'll know her music. Just trust me. So Diana Ross is phenomenal. She's coming in the day after us. But that meant we were going to build our stage on Sunday, or use our stage on Sunday. When we left the arena, you guys go home on Sunday night. Well, we're still here for 4 or 5 more hours, breaking down all the stages and the floors and all the stuff. And during that breakdown, we were going to have to clear our stage. And then the rigging crew was going to have to work overnight to build Diana Ross's stage, which they didn't want to do. And I didn't want to make them do that. So they just said, well, if you can change your stage to be this, this, and this, Diana Ross has already booked her stage. So you could just have hers, and then that saves us because we don't have to build it overnight. So I said, yes, please. We would like our athletes on Diana Ross's stage. And so we just changed the specs of the stage, and we had all of you guys on Diana Ross's stage.
Little did you know.
Super famous. And that same event, which was maybe a couple of years ago, the same event, all the athletes in the day were finding random pieces of confetti all over the floor. And
I remember that too.
Yeah. And I walked by and I said, they were picking up the confetti, kind of playing with, and I went, do you know what that's from? And they're like, no. And I went, that's from the Billie Eilish show the night before. Yeah. And they just went, ah! And everybody's excited because when an artist uses confetti, it's all up in the rafters. And so they get it all cleaned up and all that, but there are miscellaneous pieces of confetti that get stuck up in there. And so the vibrations of probably the cheerleading vibrations vibrates the remainder of the confetti. So we had little sprinkles all day of the Billie Eilish confetti. So
fun.
I'm telling you what,
we need to do an entire live with,
all the
so
stories,
many crazy,
so many stories,
behind the scenes stories.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
So many stories.
Yes.
But we're having a ball with it anyway, which is good. Yeah, I like that. Guys, thanks for joining us today. We will come back to see you, watch our Instagram story, and we will tell you when the next one is this afternoon. It will be from warm up. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and we will see you next time on Legacy Instagram and Lead Love Legacy YouTube. We'll see you soon, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.